Hi, Kristi in the Rada kitchen, and today I'm sharing the recipe for apple pie. This is an apple pie you can make and bake the same day, or you can put it in the freezer to bake later. I got this recipe out of our Fresh to Freezer Cookbook. Everything from apples to zucchini, anything out of your garden or you got at the farmer's market. So first, to start out, you need 5 cups of peeled and thinly sliced apples. Any variety, probably McIntosh works the best. I just got these off the tree in my backyard. So I'm going to use the vegetable peeler and take the peeling off. Now this is a double-sided peeler, so whether you're left-handed or right-handed, it'll work for you. So once you get that apple peeled, I'm going to use the utility steak knife. A lot of people use this like a longer paring knife. It's also good on steaks, meats. Now you're going to thinly slice these. After you've peeled and thinly sliced 5 cups of apples, add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. This will keep them from turning brown so fast. And then set that aside. And then in a separate bowl, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and just blend those all together. And now you'll pour this over your apples and stir it until they're all coated. So now these are ready to bake. If you want, you just put them in an unbaked pie shell, dot it with butter, put the top crust on, brush it with a little milk, sprinkle sugar. Make sure you put slits in it. But I want to show you how to freeze these for later use. So what I'm going to do is take my pie plate and line it with foil. Now you have the shape of your pie plate. And you just put the apple filling. If you want to make it fancy, you could turn the top apples all the same direction. So now you have your filling already to the size of your pie plate, and you put this in the freezer, just open like this till it's frozen solid, about 4 hours. I actually do mine overnight. Then once it's frozen solid, wrap it up good with more tin foil. It's even nice to put it in one of these Ziploc bags, and you can store that in the freezer for up to a year. And I'm going to show you how to bake it after it's frozen. So once the pie filling got frozen after about 4 hours, I took it out of the pie plate and I wrapped it in foil and put it in a freezer bag. And now I'm ready to bake it. I just took it out of the freezer. And all you need to do is put it in an unbaked pie crust. You can make your own. You can use a frozen one. And you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And while it's frozen, I just dot it with butter. And then put on top crust. I did make a video on how to make this pie crust, so check out our blog site. It's on YouTube also. It's called Homemade Pie Crust, and then just put in Rada after that. So go ahead and trim the edge if you need to. Just make sure that you seal the crust to the edge of the pan. And I'm using the Rada stoneware pie plate. In my opinion, that's the best. It's the only pie plate I'll use. It makes that crust light and flaky. Just bakes it really even. So once you have the edges sealed, brush the top with milk. And sprinkle with a little bit of sugar. You could also put a little bit of cinnamon on top if you want. And now the important thing is to cut slits. And now since the filling is frozen, I'm going to cover it with foil. And I'm going to put it in a preheated 375-degree oven for 30 minutes. And I'm going to uncover it and bake it another 40 to 55 minutes, or until the crust gets brown and the inside looks bubbly. Hot, fresh apple pie that we made from our apples that we picked this summer. Baked it in the middle of the winter because we froze them in the freezer. One of the recipes out of our Fresh to Freezer Cookbook.